Welcome back. It's Wednesday, which means we get to check in with our friend Michael Babcock, the best head of hair in the business at TMZ, to get the hottest Hollywood stories. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, guys. That's I appreciate you saying that. That's not true though. There's some great hair out here.
Well, your fresh haircut looks amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, Jeremy.
So,
how
Michael,
you guys doing?
We're doing good. I have a quick question off subject. I'm just going to throw this out at you. You guys are TMZ. Do any of you get invited to like the Oscars and stuff? Do you guys get to go to the red carpet events?
You know, it's not really our thing. We obviously we do Oscar stories, and I'm sure if we wanted to, we could, but the red carpet, that's just not really the TMZ style.
Yeah,
you know, we're more like...
I was just curious.
Pretty, out there, But we could. I watched
could
on
if
TV,
you wanted
so
to.
I was not at any party. I wasn't cool enough or important enough, apparently. I watched on TV.
Okay, same. So did we in Missouri. So, so I'm looking at our headlines today. Lindsay Lohan, is this actually true? Can you tell us?
Yeah, she's pregnant.
What?
So, Lindsay, this is exciting news for Lindsay Lohan. She's 36 years old. She was recently married last year, and she's married to this guy who's this financier, and they met right before COVID. They started dating. They were engaged not too long after they get married, and it had been a little bit. I mean, look, Lindsay Lohan at one point was the biggest star in all of Hollywood, right? I mean, she was the it girl in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, and then she stepped away from the spotlight. So you haven't really seen much of her. So the last time she was photographed, it was about a month ago, and she sort of had on baggy clothing, so you wouldn't be able to tell whether she was pregnant or not. Obviously, now you find out, she was pregnant then, and unclear exactly when, but they are expecting their first child together.
Wow.
Well, congratulations for them.
It's good news.
When I look at Lindsay, and I did watch her little show she did with Oprah, the reality show, and she was broke and whatnot. Yeah. You got to remind these Hollywood stars who are on top of their game. Everything in Hollywood is a roller coaster. One day you're at the top, and the next day you're at the bottom. And I feel like sometimes these stars think they're going to be at the top forever, and they're just going to be rich
well, I'm
and
sure
famous.
it feels like in the moment. I'm sure it feels like that. And they, probably.
But even the biggest stars in the world eventually are not the biggest stars in the world anymore.
Oh yeah, just look. I mean, Look. You can look at in every instance. I mean, it always ends at some point. So yeah, I think she definitely went through that, and she had her fair share of missteps, a lot of them, but she made it through it, and things look like obviously they've kind of trended on the upward here, and things look good for Lindsay Lohan. Again, she's married, and now they're very happy that the baby's on the way.
Well, I'm happy for her. What I'm secretly saying a prayer for, though, I'm secretly hoping and wishing, because I heard they're making Mean Girls musical into a movie.
Wow.
And I want Lindsay Lohan to make a cameo in that so bad.
Right.
Oh,
come back
she would
as like
have
one of the
to,
parents
right?
or something.
She'd like be a parent or one of the hot moms or something.
You can't. I feel like you have to have her. Right. She doesn't have to have a huge part, but you have to have her in it. At least for a cameo. She has to be.
You would
one
think.
of the school teachers or something.
Yes.
Mean Girls without Lindsay Lohan.
I would love to see the original stars of the movie make a cameo in the movie musical.
Yeah.
Which would be amazing.
We know, is that something that's being talked about? Hopefully.
Oh, they're making it. Yeah, they've started.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So I'm hoping they get Lindsay on board, though. Maybe after the baby.
Right.
But
and once she hears that you've requested it, I'm sure it's a done deal.
Oh, it's as good as a done deal now.
Yeah, Michael, can you text her for me?
Yeah, I got it. I'll wait
Tell
till
her Jeremy said so.
He knows everybody. Michael knows everybody. Hey, let's move on to my friend Brendan, because I met him at Critics' Choice. And
I saw your photo together, I think.
He was one of the nicest people I met, Michael Babcock. I'm not kidding you.
I'm sure.
He gave me his undivided attention. And at the end of the night, Michael, at the end of the night, we're in a different level of the hotel. I'm passing by him, just passing by. And he goes, hey, it was great to meet you tonight.
Wow.
He said that to me.
That's incredible. Yeah, and obviously every big star is not like that. But I think you got to feel happy for him. I mean, his career was essentially non-existent, and for him to come back and to play the role in The Whale like he did, and to win the Best Actor award, and I mean, it's an incredible journey and an incredible comeback for Brendan Fraser. And, he celebrated the night after the Oscars, and on Monday night as well, he goes to Whiskey Go-Go, which is a famous bar out here in LA, in West Hollywood. And so he has a son named Leland. So they go to the bar. There's an 80s cover band that's playing. So his son even gets up on stage. He's playing with the 80s cover band. They're signing the walls on the bar. I mean, they were having a lot of fun. They were having a blast. And it's an incredible resurgence. It really is.
Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just think it's so funny because the memes have been going around social media that 2 of the stars of Encino Man now have Academy Awards.
Yeah, right. I bet you didn't think that when you watched Encino Man like 30 years ago, did you?
Now it makes me feel bad for Pauly Shore. Where's Pauly Shore now?
I actually saw him at the Blue Room a couple of months ago.
Oh, he was here in town?
He was here in town.
Pauly Shore did a comedy show here in Springfield.
Oh,
she told me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that. And he's been in the news because I think, it was yesterday we did this story that, Jimmy, at the Oscars, they had made a joke and at Paulie's expense, and there was some thought that he might have been upset that they were, saying that basically Pauly Shore is the only one that doesn't have an Oscar now. But so he was a joke in the show, although he wasn't at the show. So Pauly Shore is a legend.
He is.
Yeah.
Weasel.
I mean, come on. And it's a great story. I'm excited about the Oscars this past year because I loved the first-time winners. I loved the sheer joy. I cried at almost every speech because it was moving because you could see how grateful.
Right, just to see. I mean, in that profession, that is the absolute highest honor that you could ever receive. And yeah, it is pretty cool to see how happy a lot of the people are when, talking to your mom at home, and you can just picture the whole family, I'm sure, is watching, crying. And it's it's a special moment for these actors. And
I was so
some
blessed.
of the speeches are a little long for me, but
they're nice. It is long. I did fall asleep.
Yeah.
I had to watch it the next day, Michael. I didn't stay up.
Really, yeah, it gets long. It gets a little too long, but outside of that, it's pretty cool. Especially, you're right, when there's a first-time winner that wins. It's a
and if you ever have you guys interviewed Michelle Yeoh yet on TMZ or followed any stories of her?
I don't know if we have. If they have, I haven't seen it. I haven't. No.
I was lucky enough. I don't know. I got to sit at the Everything Everywhere All at Once table at the Critics' Choice.
Oh, cool.
So she was at my table. And I love it when stars don't act like stars. They're just like regular people and we're just chit-chatting about life. And she was one of Brendan Fraser, and James Marsden were just the nicest people ever.
That's awesome.
I love it when they're nice.
I cannot believe that. I can't believe he remembered you on the way out.
I know, isn't that crazy?
When he's in the midst of just a whirlwind of people wanting to talk to him and meet him, and everything's about Brendan Fraser now. And in that moment to remember you is
it's cool. Crazy. I mean, Michael Babcock barely remembers my name, so I'm just honored that.
It was in the email Charlie sent.
Charlie sent the email with my name and contact info.
Yeah, right. I have it down here on a Post-it.
Attached a photo for recognition.
Really.
Michael, oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. Have a great week, my friend, and we'll check in with you next Wednesday.
I'll see you next week.
All right, bye. All right, guys, you can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's time for a cocktail.
Yeah.
You ready?
Super excited, yes.
All right, we'll be back. Isn't he the nicest guy?
Great.
He's so kind. I had dinner with him.